back to the channel. It has been a little while since we've dropped a video about the bug. Had a lot going on. Been helping my wife build the fireplace, which I dropped in the previous video. I've also had baseball practice with my son, and Easter and birthdays, so it's been really busy. A lot of good family time has been spent. I have been working on the bug in between all of these events, so you'll notice in this video I'll have on multiple outfits. It's just because I've just had little short amount of times to come out and work on it, so that's why I'm not like running and changing clothes every couple seconds, you know. So I just kind of streamed everything that I've been doing over the past couple weeks, what I've had time for, and I'm putting it in this video right here. So hope you guys enjoy it. Let's get the valve covers cleaned up and the latches that hold them closed. We're gonna get these spray painted, start looking at getting the engine looking a little bit better before we put it in the other bug. Alright, so we pulled our valve cover off. So I got it sanded, wire wheeled, wire brushed. So we're going to get it painted black. Alright, so I just got done cleaning this up with a wire brush and a wire wheel, degreased it, so now I'm going to throw some paint on it. Alright, so while we're waiting on that to dry, I'll show you all this. Cleaned this up and got it spray painted as well. I used Rust-Oleum hammered black. I was reading a lot on the Samba forums and different forums. A lot of people are using this because it kind of hides minor imperfections. And then here's the intake right there. Got it painted silver. And then, whoa, stepping on tools. Alright, and then here is the one valve cover that I've already done and put on the engine, so it looks pretty good. I also went ahead and painted, still got to get the pulley to get the crank pulley off, so we can paint that tin there. But I also went ahead and painted the generator stand and the oil filter area as well, so looking a lot better. And there's a little sneak peek of the direction this bug might be headed in a second ago if you hadn't seen it. I'll just show you again real quick. Alright, so I went ahead and took the nut off. I got the tool here that we should be able to get this pulley pulled off. so that we can get the last tin off. Then we can sand it, we can get it painted, start cleaning it up some. Alright, so I went ahead and pulled both spark plugs out. I'm not sure if you guys remember from one of the first videos, but when I pulled this spark plug out originally, when we were trying to make sure the motor was freed up, it was bigger than the others. It had this threaded sleeve on here, because this is apparently has been stripped out before, so they re-threaded it and put this other sleeve on here. So I bought new plugs, and I bought another sleeve to put on here. I think they're called thread savers, I believe is what they're called. So what we'll have to do is, on this spark plug, we'll put this down into our spark plug hole here. I need to cut it off to the right length as well, and then we'll thread it down in the hole with some RTV, and it should stay in the hole, hopefully, and it won't come out like this one did. I had to use vice grips and soak this in some PV Blaster to get this off, and you can see there's no threads left on here at all. So that's what we're going to do. We'll throw new plugs in. I'm going to go ahead and cut this, and we'll go ahead and get this installed as well. Alright, so today we're going to dig into the engine a little bit more. We are going to get the spark plug hole fixed by putting this sleeve in there, so we can get a plug in there. We'll put the new plugs in on the other side. We're going to drain the oil. We'll drain the engine oil out so we can take a look at it, see how clean or how dirty it is. And then I'm going to get a degreaser, hit this with a degreaser, a foaming degreaser on the top and the bottom. We're going to pressure wash it, and we're just going to try to get the rest of the engine looking really clean. Then we'll start putting everything back on it, start putting everything back together. I still need to paint the tins. You know, we just got the tin off that was on the front, so we'll have to get all that stuff sanded, and we'll get it painted as well. But yeah, so let's get started. Let's fix this spark plug hole, switch out the spark plugs, and then we'll take this outside and get the engine degreaser on it, and we'll try to get it cleaned up. Alright, so we're going to drain the oil now. On the bottom you can see there's the big silver looking thing that's really oily. There's a bunch of little bolts on the outside, so we're going to remove those. Looks like they're a 10mm bolt. So, and I actually have a 10mm socket. Surprise, surprise, right? So, alright, let's get those bolts off and get this oil drained out. is the strainer or the filter, basically, for this thing. So let's take a look at that. So it looks pretty good. Let's see if I can see if you can tell. But it is really clean. I don't see, looks fairly new as well, which also leads me back to my conclusion that this thing had been rebuilt recently. There's like no metal shavings or anything like that in here either. So that's awesome. Looks good up there too. Okay, so we'll let this drip for a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and we'll go ahead and throw this back on. I'm gonna clean it up real quick and throw this back on so that we can turn the engine over and we can spray the underside of this without getting anything in the engine. So, alright, so I'm gonna go clean this and then we'll put it back on. Alright, let's get a good look at the bottom side here. See, it's pretty greasy. The rocker arm tubes are pretty nasty as well. Hit them with a wire wheel. We'll see if we can't clean them up some. As I said, this engine has been sitting in a field for forever, so kind of to be expected. Alright, so we're going to use this Pro Strength heavy duty degreaser, all-purpose, water-based, a foaming degreaser. So we're going to use it, see how good it gets it. I do need to grab a bag, wrap around the distributor real quick. Yeah, I better do that. So, alright, so we got our distributor wrapped up in a bag. We're going to spray the sucker down. Of course it would start raining. Welcome to Florida, people. Welcome to Florida. Also, welcome to Florida. It's raining hard and then it just decides to let up all of a sudden. Alright, so I got the pressure washer down in where the jugs are, and I finally got all the trash out that was in the jugs, in between the jugs. So that is good. It will help these things cool a lot better. Let's see. Yeah, there was